McKenna couldn't believe it. Maybe her ears were malfunctioning, or her brain was playing tricks on her. Either option, deafness or insanity, seemed better than believing the words coming out of her best friend's mouth. "I'm sorry," Courtney said. She started to cry and put her head down on the table. McKenna knew this was the moment to reach over and pat Courtney's head, say something comforting, but she couldn't. Not yet. Because not only was Courtney getting back together with Jay, she was also backing out of their trip. McKenna and Courtney had been planning this trip for over a year, a 2,000-mile hike down the Appalachian Trail, and they were supposed to leave in less than a week. They'd deferred their college acceptances. They'd spent their life savings on camping gear and trail guides. McKenna had, anyway. Courtney's father had footed the bill for hers. Hardest of all, they'd talked their parents into agreeing to the plan. 2 girls hiking the entire length of the Appalachian Trail from Maine to Georgia. And now Courtney was changing her mind. For the lamest possible reason, a guy. And not just any guy, but a guy they'd spent the last 4 months ripping to shreds. Honestly, McKenna was so sick of talking about him she could barely get his name out. All around them, the Whitworth College Student Union buzzed with conversations and clanking silverware. McKenna's parents were both professors here, and she had been eating lunch in this cafeteria since before she could remember, the surrounding tables as familiar as her own living room. It was a bright day in early June, sunlight pouring in through the atrium windows, and McKenna knew that Courtney must feel the same urge she did, to get away from the places they'd seen a million times, to go out in the world and live under that sun. "But Courtney," McKenna said, keeping both hands firmly in her lap. "Jay?" "I know," Courtney mumbled, her face still buried in her arms. This trip, this plan, had been McKenna's dream for as long as she could remember. And now, so close to when they should have been leaving, Courtney was bringing the whole thing crashing down. "Courtney," McKenna said again. Even if it weren't for the hike, this would be terrible news. She couldn't stand the thought of Jay breaking her friend's heart. Again. "Don't say it," Courtney said, finally sitting up. I know all of it. And I forgive him. I love him, McKenna." What could McKenna say to that? "I'm sorry," Courtney said again, her voice calmer after the declaration of love. "I know how much you wanted to do this. I thought you wanted to do it too. I do. I mean, I did. But it's just too long to be away from him right now, you know?" McKenna didn't know, not at all. Even with her eyes red and her face puffy, Courtney looked beautiful. She was the last person who needed to change her life for a guy, let alone Jay. Courtney had shiny blonde hair that McKenna, being the only brunette in her family, envied. Both girls were on the track team, but Courtney was the star, running the mile in under 6 minutes. Both girls took riding lessons, but Courtney was the one who usually won ribbons when they showed. Most important, Courtney was a loyal friend.